Listen up, because you need to hear this. Your communication skills are lacking quite a bit. You might struggle to form clear sentences and make genuine connections with others. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. Does that sound like you, maybe? Fortunately for you, I'm here to help you turn things around. Way number 1, you gotta start listening more. Let's kick it off with the cold hard truth. You're a bad listener, I assume. Don't deny it. We all know you're the one who interrupts, daydreams, and checks your phone when somebody's talking to you. Here's the deal. Listening is crucial for effective communication. And you're gonna have to shape up if you want to improve. I once knew this guy named Tom who was notorious for being a terrible listener. He'd constantly interrupt people, he barely pays attention, and he fails to remember anything that they said. I watched as a seemingly minor flaw created a domino effect that absolutely destroyed his relationships and work life. At his job, Tom's inability to listen to mistakes, misunderstandings, and missed opportunities, his coworkers became increasingly frustrated with him, and his boss lost trust in his ability to handle projects. When he had a chance to land a significant promotion, his weak listening skills absolutely led to him being passed over. In his personal life, Tom's friends and family started to avoid conversations with him. They were tired of feeling unheard, unimportant, and disrespected. My dad's like this, and I don't talk to him as much as I would if he just listened to what I said. Eventually, his girlfriend of 3 years, we're talking about Tom now, sorry. His girlfriend of 3 years broke up with him, citing his lack of emotional support and inability to genuinely listen to her needs. Tom's life was a prime example of the damage that poor listening can cause. Don't let that be you. Commit to being a better listener. It's not about keeping your mouth shut. It's about actively engaging with the speaker, asking thoughtful questions about something that they brought up. Just because you listen to what they say and then pivot to what you want to talk about afterwards, that's not listening. Sitting there thinking of what you're going to say is not listening. Asking thoughtful questions and demonstrating empathy, that's listening. Show people that their thoughts and feelings actually matter to you, and watch as your relationship and opportunities begin to flourish, and more importantly, your thoughts and feelings matter to them more. Way number 2, think before you speak. Now that you understand the importance of active listening, let's move on to the next essential skill. Think before you speak. Just like Tom's inability to listen, some people have a terrible habit of speaking without giving any thought to their words. As a result, they come across as impulsive, thoughtless, and even occasionally rude. In today's society, we see so many people just rambling their thoughts as if they were having a conversation with themselves. These people should take a moment to reflect on what they're saying. Is it really valuable what I'm talking about, or do I come off as a loser that's wasting people's time and attention? That's right, you look like a loser, and you set yourself up to become a dislikable person. To avoid becoming that person, it's crucial to take a moment to consider the potential impact of your words before they leave your mouth. That brief pause makes all the difference between a successful conversation and a disastrous one. That brief pause can stop you saying some of the most regrettable shit you've ever said. Thinking before you speak is about choosing your words carefully and considering how they might be received by the other person, not just about what the content of the words you're saying are, but how that person would receive it. It's about being tactful and diplomatic, as well as respectful of other people's feelings. Consider whether you're about to say something necessary, relevant, and appropriate for the situation. If it's not, bite your tongue and save your thoughts for something more suitable. Way number 3, be brief and be specific. Now let's talk about the importance of being brief and specific in your conversations. As much as people listen and appreciate somebody who can listen before they speak, they also value somebody who knows how to get to the point. In our fast-paced world, time's precious. Nobody has the attention span anymore, and nobody wants to listen to somebody who rambles on aimlessly or goes on tangents, specifically if they're about themselves. A concise and direct approach to communication is highly valued, and it shows respect for a listener's time and attention. Being brief and specific means that you communicate your thoughts, opinions, or information in a clear and straightforward manner. You don't waste time on minutia. Avoid that fluff, that minutia. Don't use 10 words when you can convey your point with 2 or 3. In the immortal words of Kevin from The Office, why use many word when few word do trick? By doing so, you increase the likelihood that your message will be understood and remembered. The consequences of failing to be brief and specific in your communication can be dire. For one, you risk losing the attention span of your audience. People tend to tune out when they feel that someone's wasting their time or not providing valuable information. Additionally, you might come across as indecisive, uncertain, or lacking confidence if your speech is filled with filler words or vague language. This can lead to others questioning your credibility and maybe your confidence and competence. Don't worry, I'm not letting you figure it out from here. Competence, you see what I mean? Don't worry, I'm not letting you just figure it out from your own. From here, here's the guidelines that you can follow. Organize your thoughts. Before you begin speaking, take a moment to mentally outline your main points. This will help you stay on track and avoid going on tangents. Although it's worth pointing out that you can't overthink too, because that just leads to analysis paralysis. So there's a balance here. Use clear and straightforward language. Avoid using jargon, slang, or complicated vocabulary when simple words will do. This will make it easier for your audience to understand and retain your message. And not just from even dumb people will get it. Even smart people that know the big words you're using will think that it's completely unnecessary. And that they could understand your point. They're gonna get to the end They could understand your point. It's just gonna take them longer to do it. Stick to the point. Keep your focus on the main topic and resist the urge to digress or share unrelated anecdotes. If you find yourself veering off course, pause, regroup, and redirect your thoughts back to a central theme. Way number 4, use your body language. Alright, here's something that you can't ignore. Body language. You see, a massive chunk of communication is nonverbal. Your body is always talking, and if you're not paying attention, you are sending the wrong message. So listen up and learn how to master your body language. First things first, it's eye contact. You gotta maintain it. Screams confidence and honesty. If you're always looking away, people will think that you're hiding something, or you don't care, or you're too insecure. Stand up straight, too. The good posture tells the world that you're self-assured and capable, while slouching screams insecurity and laziness. Now let's talk about gestures. Use your hands when you speak. It adds some extra punch to your words and makes your point crystal clear. But don't go over the top and wave your arms around like a lunatic. Keep it natural, in tune with your speech. And also, do not forget your face. A well-timed smile or raised eyebrow can say a lot, so use them wisely. And also, facial expressions, like you just heard, tend to affect the way that we speak. So, it adds some character. Remember, good communication isn't just about what you say, but also how you say it. So, sharpen up that body language and watch your interactions flourish. Way number 5, watch your tone. You might think that the words you say are what matters most, but the truth is, your tone plays just as massive of a role in how your message is perceived. If your tone doesn't align with your words, your message can become distorted or even completely misunderstood. So let's make sure you get this right. Pay attention to your volume. Don't mumble or whisper, because that'll make you seem unsure or uninterested. But also don't scream or shout, as that'll make you come across as aggressive or confrontational, or worst of all, an attention hog. Keep your volume at a comfortable level and make it short level that shows you're engaged and confident. The pace of your speech is essential too. Talking too fast can make you appear nervous, and your listener might struggle to keep up. And speaking too slowly, on the other hand, can be interpreted as a lack of confidence, or worse, like boredom. Find a rhythm that suits the situation and let your words sink in. Lastly, your tone should match the content of your message. If you're discussing something serious, maintain a somber and respectful tone. If the conversation's lighthearted, feel free to use a more relaxed and casual tone. And, as always, be mindful of sarcasm or condescending tones, as that can instantly damage your relationship or undermine your message. So, don't wait any longer. Start applying these strategies today and witness the powerful impact they can have on your personal and professional life. Remember, when it comes to communication, there's always room for improvement. As a softball pitching coach for my sibling once told me, the biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. I know it's corny, but it's a harsh truth that if you're not constantly working on it, you're falling behind. Chapter 2. Seek first to understand. Alright, you started listening. Good. We're not done, though. You see, hearing the words is not enough. You need to understand what is behind those words. You need to get into their shoes to see things from their perspective. Stop jumping to conclusions or making assumptions. That is lazy and it will not get you anywhere. Your goal is to grasp the point of their view, their feelings, their intentions. Only then can you respond in any kind of meaningful way. You don't have to agree with everything they say. You just need to understand where they're coming from. You might find that your views align on more than you thought. Or maybe you'll gain a new perspective. Either way, you'll communicate better because you took the time to understand first. Don't just listen to reply. Listen to understand. Changes everything. Chapter 3. Body Language Mastery. Words are not our only form of communication. Body language, my friend, is everything. You might be saying one thing, but your body could be shouting something entirely different. It's confusing, right? Imagine saying you're confident while you're slouched with your arms crossed. Nobody's going to believe you, even if you say it with conviction. Get your body in check. Stand tall. Make eye contact. Keep your arms open. Show that you're confident, open to discussion, not just hiding behind a shell. Body language does not lie, so make sure that it speaks well about you. Chapter 4. Reflective Listening. You've been nodding along, right? Good. But how do you show someone that you're really listening? Reflective listening. Sounds fancy, but it's really not. It's simply repeating back what someone has said to show that you understand. Don't just parrot their words, though. That's robotic and uninspiring and very, very, very transparent. Restate what they said in your own words. That shows that you actually, process the information and that you get it. And let me see if I got this right. So you're saying that, so what you're saying is these phrases are gold and I need you to use them. They let the other person know that you've engaged, that you are involved in the conversation and you're not just passively listening. Chapter 5. Remember names. Here's a bitter pill to swallow. People don't care about you. They care about themselves. It's a hard truth. You want to make a lasting impression? Well, then use their names. Remembering and using someone's name in conversation is like a sweet melody to their ears. So, pay attention when you're introduced. Repeat their name back to them. Use it in the conversation. Nice to meet you, John. So, John, what brings you here? It reinforces their name in your memory, and guess what? They will be flattered. Now, don't overdo it. Don't drop their name in every other sentence. That's creepy. Use it wisely. When you greet them, when you agree or disagree with them, when you say goodbye, it's subtle but powerful. Do it right, and they will remember you. Listen, the world doesn't owe you a damn thing. Communication isn't about proving yourself. It's about understanding others. So stop yapping and start listening. Seriously, it's time to step up your game. Now go, make a change, because ain't nobody else gonna do it for you.